Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is the web development series. In the last few videos, we learned what Redux is, how Redux Toolkit works, how to use slices, action, reducers, and even asynchronous operation. But today we are going to learn something very powerful. Today we will learn how to debug Redux like a pro using the Redux developer tools, and I will also show you how to structure your project properly so it can scale in the real world application. And first is the what is Redux developer tools. Redux developer tools is a browser extension that help us to see what is happening inside the Redux. Think of it like a CCTV camera for your Redux store. Whenever an action is dispatched, state change, API call update data. So Redux developer tools record everything. Without it, Redux feels like a black box. With it, everything becomes visible. Now, why it is Redux developer tools is powerful. So imagine your app is so big, so many components, so many slices. You click a button, something changed, but you do not know which action run. So what was the previous state, what changed, why did it change? That's where Redux developer tools saves you. It shows you action type, payload, previous state, next state, exact difference, and the most powerful feature, the time travel debugging. Yes, you can go back to any previous state. And so let's move to the VS Code and see how it works. So this is a basic React app, and I already have some this Redux, already installed Redux and a store.css file. So inside this, we have this config. We are creating a store by using the configure store. Configure store automatically enables Redux developer tools in the development mode. You do not need any extra setup for this. So inside this, I have two slices, counter and user, and these slices come into the features folder. In the features, I have a counter feature, user feature, and inside these folders, I have two slices, counter slice and the user slice. So this counter slice has this means we created action inside this increment and decrement. Reducer together using the Redux Toolkit, and initial state is the value is the 0, name is the counter, and we are also exporting these both functions, this increment and decrement, from this, and also export default this complete slice. And same for the user slice, we have an initial state and a user slice. Initial state data is blank array, loading false, error null, and some extra reducer for the pending, fulfill, rejected. Because this is a asynchronous task, for that we have tried it in a extra reducer, and the API calling here in the user thunk.js file. So we are not going to the user right now. We are just for the here slices and in the counter slice, and inside this we in the counter.jsx file we are exporting this reading the value of counter value by using the use selector, and just call the state dot counter dot value. Means inside this, as we see, we have two counter and user, means we are calling the state dot counter value, and use dispatch function is for the means call these functions like increment or decrement. So now let's move to the here, and for downloading the how to use the Redux developer tools, just Google it and on your browser and call first link Redux developer tools. Add to your browser anyone Brave or Safari or any Google, and open the, if you see there is a green circle dots, this is a Redux developer tools. Like here, this is not it detects already automatically whether it use any developer tools, Redux developer tools or not. For that, open your developer tools, and this is a basic counter application. Like here, counter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and decrement 3, 2, 1, -1. So this is a counter application. You can get the Redux here, and inside this we have action, state, means initial values there for this, and these are the test for this. So let me increment this counter increment comes here. So it says action is the counter increment, counter state and increment. Previous, if you see, value is now 1, and difference is the from 0 to 1 comes, means previous state is the 0. What happens to this? I don't know what. Let me refresh. Yes, now it says difference is 0 to 1. So this is how we can, if you see, counter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and every time we are getting the value. And if I want to jump at any point, just jump it and I get the value 4. Like here, this is at this point I get values 8. Here the value is 3, and we can also play this because there is recording 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, means we can see these all, and trace all means we call this dispatch function here, and the complete which type is this, state is this. So this is the how Redux developer tools work here. And this a folder structure for this is like now let's talk about the folder structure. So this come into the best practices, how a large application in the React grows. So for small project we do not need a complex structure, but large projects do. So for that we need a like here, the store.js file always come into the app folder. Yes, this is the means if you want to say is best practices or a professional way. This is a professional way to write the files, and all the features in the Redux come into the, means all the slices or API calls, these are all coming into this features folder. Like I have a counter feature, I have a user feature, make the 2 folder. If you have more features, make more folders and build the slices here. So each feature should contain the slice, a API logic. Like here I have a create async thunk, means to patch the data, and selectors or components. So this is a basic folder structure for the project. And some best practices is like 1 slice per feature. Yes, you means don't be add all the features in a single slice, and keep the reducer small and use the create async thing for the API calls, like here I did. And don't store everything into the Redux, and keep UI state local. So if a state is used in only one component, keep it in the use state, means used use it when you have a large application, like many components, like you have a navbar, you have a left sidebar, right sidebar, a single article page, a footer, and many other components for that, about page, features page. So if you have many files or many components in your website, then you can use the Redux. And if you for that, and many API calls in that. So for small apps, React context API is enough. There is no need to use the Redux Redux Toolkit. So let's summarize. Today we learn what Redux developer tools, how to debug and actions, how time travels work, folder structure, scale, best practices. And now Redux should not feel scary anymore to you. If you understand this video, that means you are officially moving towards intermediate React level. In the next video, we will build something more practical using the everything we learn. And if you found this video helpful, like the video, subscribe to JDCodebase, share it with your friends, and see you in the next video.